Dear fellow Americans, my name is Narain Kataria and I am the president of Indian American Intellectuals Forum. Our objective is to strengthen Indo-American relationship and create an awareness about the menace of terrorism in this country. On the eve of 9th anniversary of 9/11 attack on the World Trade Center in New York, I would like to forewarn you to be aware of the diabolical designs of anti-national forces who want to destroy this country from within. These forces have plans to plant Islamic flag on the Capitol Hill and establish Sharia law, that is Islamic law, in this country. They are responsible for the emergence of homegrown terrorism in this country. They are funded by Arabian imperialism to spread the totalitarian ideology through religious institutions, to foment intolerance and hate against unbelievers in this country. Their aim is subjugation of non-Muslims and conquest of their land, if necessary, by violent methods. Hence, I request you to please take serious note of what I am going to say, because the survival of humanity is at stake. I am an American Hindu and living in this country for the last 40 years. I consider America as a paradise on earth. America is the best country in the world. I love this country and enjoy its freedom. I do not want this country to be taken over by religious fundamentalists and converted into Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or any other Middle Eastern countries. For your information, I would like to inform you that I am the survivor of the partition of India, which took place in 1947, in which more than 10 million Hindus and Sikhs were driven out of Islamic Republic of Pakistan. I was hounded out of Pakistan because I am a Hindu. I have seen with my own eyes my Hindu and Sikh brothers being murdered by jihadists. I have seen Hindu and Sikh girls being molested and raped by uncivilized, crude and brute jihadists. I am the student of history. I have a master's degree in world history. I have been watching unprecedented brutalities and savageries being perpetrated on Hindus in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh for last 60 years. I am aware of the massacre of 2.5 million Hindus who were butchered by Pakistani army in Bangladesh in 1971. I have seen the miserable plight of 400,000 Kashmiri Hindus who were harassed and finally chased out by jihadists and are still languishing in refugee camps. The rise of radical Islam in this country has created an anxiety and fear in my mind about the safety and security of my children. I would like to caution my fellow Americans to benefit from my personal experience and advice and oppose the barbarian and totalitarian ideology extolling the virtue of violence, intolerance, and hatred. We oppose construction of mosque near ground zero because we feel that it is a very sensitive issue. It is an offensive and reprehensible act. It is an insult and humiliation to the families of more than 3,000 victims of 9/11, firefighters and security personnel who lost their lives. It is a stab in the eyes of New Yorkers. We oppose the mosque because the terrorists who killed 3,000 Americans were devout Muslims. They had been taught the virtues of vile and vicious ideology in mosque from their childhood. Moreover, there is a sort of relationship between a mosque and terrorism. Islamic religious schools are called madrasas. They are run by mosques. The students are called Talibans. After rigorous training in madrasas, Talibans become jihadists. After some time, these jihadists become full-fledged terrorists and suicide bombers. As is well known, Pakistan is the epicenter of terrorism. In Pakistan, there are 25,000 madrasas. These 25,000 madrasas produce 500,000 Taliban every year. Out of these 500,000 Taliban, several thousands become dangerous jihadists. These jihadists go all over the world and unleash the reign of terror and slaughter innocent people in the name of Allah. It is not right to say that all the Muslims are terrorists, but it is also a fact that all the terrorists who mercilessly murdered innocent men, women, and children in New York, Mumbai, Godhra, Bali, Madrid, Beslan, London, Delhi, Nigeria, Africa, and Thailand, they were all Muslims. Since 9/11/2001, the followers of the so-called religion of peace have killed more than 75,000 people. Last year, according to police report in Indian Express, dated July 2, 2010, radical Islamists have carried on 500 terror attacks in Kashmir only on Hindus. In addition to that, 75% of these madrasas are controlled by hardcore Islamists who preach extreme form of Islam.